welcome to Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the first ever international race of the AAPCS and to open the first playoff race of season number 4. Here are your standings going into this race. 12 drivers will be whittled down to 8 come next week at Nashville, but today we set the stage for that race here up in Canada, up north, here in Montreal. Going to see a great race here today. First road course race since Nebraska, all the way back in race number 6, I believe. So we'll see how these drivers will be able to fight their cars around this track. Gonna be a fun one. A lot of corners, 14 corners around this course. So we'll see how these drivers will be able to fight their big next-gen machines around this Canadian circuit. We'll see what they can do. 38 cars are going to get ready to run this course. See how they will do here today. 12 of them, as we said, running for a championship. And then, of course, 8 of them will remain after next week at Nashville. Let's get to your drivers to watch for. Corey LaJoie, his first ever pole in this series, was really quick in practice as well as qualifying, which is why he is on the pole here today. Could he pull off an upset and win the first playoff race of season number 4? We'll have to see come the green flag. And then just a row behind him is going to be Chase Elliott. He won at the Nebraska Roval not too long ago during the halfway point of the regular season. We'll see what he can do behind his Lumar Bill Elliott throwback. So we'll see what that number 9 can do up in Canada. Now we go right back down, a bit farther down the field. We got Michael McDowell, always a threat here on the road courses ever since the next gen was implemented into the Cup Series. Obviously a spec car and was mostly designed after a GT car. So, and that's where Michael McDowell's background comes from. So we'll see what he can do here today. And then how about this? Kimi Räikkönen, an F1 champion. He's won here before in F1. We'll see how his skills in F1 could translate here in NASCAR with the next-gen car. Obviously, very different. So we'll have to see him bridge that skill gap. But as the cars are rolling off, let's get to your starting lineup here in Canada. Corey LaJoie sitting on pole with Christopher Bell not in the playoffs, just missed out up in second place. And then we got the highest qualifying playoff driver, the fan favorite of Chase Elliott, in row number 2 to the inside of his teammate, who was also a playoff driver, William Byron. And then Martin Truex Jr., winner 2 weeks ago at New Hampshire, to the inside of Michael McDowell, the underdog, in row number 3. And in row number 4, we have Big Bad Brad Keselowski to the inside of the Season 1 champion of Kevin Harvick, looking to take home another checkered flag before his season and career comes to an end. And then the same thing goes for Kurt Busch, not yet won this season, but is the defending series champion, looking to take home a victory before he hangs up his hat. And then, of course, you saw Kimi Räikkönen in the row behind them with Ryan Blaney out to the outside of Kurt Busch. But the rest of you are going to be going by on your screen here. Bubba Wallace, your lowest qualifying playoff driver, starting outside of the top 15. So he's got his work cut out for him. Kyle Larson, not a playoff driver, looking for a win as well. He hasn't won in a while, so we'll see what he can do here today behind the 5 machine. See if he can round up a top 10 or maybe just a top 15, as he was not too quick in practice. So we'll see what he can do here today in Canada. And Harrison Burton, pretty slow after last week's crash at Vegas, pretty hard hitting to the outside wall. But let's get to your race facts here. Corey LaJoie on pole, 10 laps here around Canada, the first playoff race of the season with a 38-car field. And head on over down to Spoiler Diecast and use code AAPCS for 5% off and free shipping on all orders, $20 and more. Cars now coming off at turn 13 and 14 out of that final chicane, passing the wall of champions. The green flag waves here in Montreal. We're racing in Canada. Good jump for Corey LaJoie there, as Christopher Bell's going to be following him through in second. Elliott to third. He passes his teammate William Byron through that chicane. Corey LaJoie leads through the hairpin. He's going to lead his first ever lap in his AAPCS career. He takes it as Bell's trying to hunt him down with his rear bumper. And then, of course, Chase Elliott's on the rear bumper of Christopher Bell. Looks like he's not going to be able to get by him. Bit of a flyby of the field here as Corey LaJoie's trying to lead more laps here. Going in through this chicane. Oh, big hit. Daniel Suarez hard into the outside wall. He collects A.J. Allmendinger in the mix as well. And these two finished second and third in the last road course race. Let's take a look and see what happened. Looks like they were side by side coming off the corner. Priest did not give Suarez much room, or just Suarez got loose. Looks like he just got loose, and it was a big hit into the wall. His car spun around and collected A.J. Allmendinger. Big hit for Suarez, and A.J. Allmendinger had nowhere to go. Both of these drivers out here today. As we get to the choose cone, LaJoie choosing the inside, Bell choosing the inside as well. Elliott on that outside lane. He's going to try and make something work as they're coming off of turn 14 again. Green flags back in the air here in Canada, and around goes LaJoie, your leader, and your pole sitter goes around. Could Elliott have made contact there? We'll have to wait and see for a replay as he's leading. He's going to go wide. Christopher Bell's going to take advantage, and he's going to take over the lead as Truex is going to get into third. Elliott falls down to second. Bell's trying to lead here in Canada. Bell looking to get his first win of the season. It's been miserable all season long. Chase Elliott's teammate Kyle Larson was the cause of all of his troubles. As we see Martin Truex Jr. making a move on Chase Elliott, he takes over second place. Can Bell finally get his victory here today in Canada? We'll have to see what he can do as his teammate Truex is hunting him down, taking up all that speed, closing the gap between his teammate. As we're about to pass halfway now, Truex looking to put the bumper to his teammate Christopher Bell. They're going through the chicane. Truex has the run. He's going to try and make it work down to the inside. He's going to clear his teammate coming off of the corner, and he's going to lead here in Canada. Can he get his second win of the season in the 19 car? Will someone do something about it? There's a crash in the back. Playoff driver Kurt Busch, defending series champ, as well as the pole sitter Corey LaJoie, go hard into the wall. Let's take a look and see what happened here in turns 6 and 7. It looks like LaJoie had wheel hopped, and he went hard into the wall, and he hit Mr. Kurt Busch, and he went hard into the wall as well. The defending series champion, not a good way to end his day. And let's take a look and see what happened on the restart. Yeah, it looks like there was no contact between Elliott and the 7. Looks like LaJoie just wheel hopped going into the corner. Not good for the 7. Obviously, his Spire car not as fast and as reliable as these other drivers' cars are, but he'll be getting the hook down to back to the garage as his defending series champ Kurt Busch also going to the garage. And teammates on the front row, we'll see how these drivers are going to do with the green flags back in the air. 3 laps to go here in Canada. Truex locks up the brakes going into turn number 2. Bell's going to round the outside, trying to take the lead away, and he does it. He takes over the lead from his teammate Truex. Now here comes Michael McDowell down to the inside of Martin Truex Jr. He's going to take over the lead, and Kimi Raikkonen's up in the 4th. How about that? 2 more laps to go here in Canada. Christopher Bell still leading. Michael McDowell looking to pull off the upset win, and he looks down to the inside. Contact between leaders. Bell's going to fall to second. Can Michael McDowell become the 11th different winner here today in the AAPCS and just in season number 4? Coming to the white flag, here comes Christopher Bell. He's looking to be the 11th winner of the season. White flag in the air. Bell is going to make some contact with McDowell. He's going to take the lead around the inside, and he's going to go through the chicane through 6 and 7, looking to go through 8 and 9, coming off of the hairpin for the final time through the chicane past the wall of champions. Christopher Bell is going to come home the victor here in Canada. And the pain for Christopher Bell is finally over. Let's take a look and see how it was all done. Truex on the restart, locking up the brakes with the lead. That cost him the race lead. And then Michael McDowell, the same lap, went around the inside, took the second place position away from him, and he took the lead away from Bell for not too long, though, as it was only 1 lap as Bell came back down to the inside, took over the lead, and then led from there, and he's burning it down on the front stretch. How about it, Canada? Christopher Bell is your winner here today. And we see the rest of your results here. Michael McDowell pulling off that upset runner-up finish with Martin Truex Jr. coming so close to his second win of the season, and Kimi Räikkönen coming home with his first ever top 5 in NASCAR and the AAPCS as well. William Byron rounds out your top 5 finishers. And then, of course, Ross Chastain finishing 6th, last week's winner. Did great here today. He's going to be able to move on. As his teammate Daniel Suarez, he was the first DNF of the day. Not good for him. But your defending series champion, Kurt Busch, the only playoff driver to DNF and finish outside of the top 20. Not good for him. He'll be deep in the playoffs. We'll see what he'll be able to do come Nashville. See if he'll be able to regain some ground. But there's only one way to find out, as he's right now below the cut line with Brad Keselowski, as well as his own teammate Bubba Wallace and Joey Logano. Remember, the top 8 drivers in the point standings after Nashville will be going down to round number 2 to race up in Martinsville, and then we will cut that 8 in half yet again, and we'll set the final 4 after Gateway to run for a championship at Milwaukee. It was a great race today up here in Canada. We really do hope that you guys did enjoy this race. And I'm pretty sure that this might be the first ever NASCAR stop motion race at Montreal. So this could be something that y'all could really enjoy. But hopefully you guys really did enjoy this race. Pretty fun race to film, but we've said it once, and I've said it before, and y'all even saw it on the graphic. But next week, we go to Music City for the first time in the series history, to Nashville Super Speedway. We're going to be going there, seeing what we could do around that track, and it'll be a fun one. Another intermediate track before we head over to the short tracks to finish off the season. Congratulations to Christopher Bell, and we'll see you all in Music City.